Clancy, we was up at the ranch here a couple of weeks ago, a week ago, and Clancy got after me. He said, tell that story about that Mexican bandit. And I said, well, all right, I'll do it. And we're going to shift gears. Y'all may want to stand up. We still got some more ground to cover here. There's a, Let me get a drink here. You can't tell a good Mexican story without a drink. There's an old boy in Cananea, Mexico, which is right south of Arizona, and he needs a little bit of money. So he goes across the border to a little town by Tucson called Sierra Vista. And in broad daylight, he robs the bank. Gets about $1,000, $1,200. Runs it back across the border, just disappears down there. And all of a sudden, the honor and the integrity of the sheriff in Sierra Vista is on the line. He's got to come up with some answers, so the sheriff goes down to Cananea, and it's kind of fairly easy to find where this old boy's kind of been hanging out because he's just been creating inflation in that part of the neighborhood. So he confronts him in a great big bar, damn near the size of this tent. Dirt floor, mariachis are playing. Boy, everybody's having a good time. And he spots that guy right over. He runs up, grabs him by the collar, and puts his pistol right to his head. And he says, you son of a bitch, you better give me the money I used to take from our bank. In Sierra Vista, don't blow your damn head off. You got that? And this old boy said, no soy inglés. So the guy looks around and he sees this guy over here and he says, you talk English? And this old boy says, un poco, a little bit. He said, you come here, I want you to tell this guy that if he doesn't give me the money he took from our bank, Sierra Vista, I'm blowing his head off. You got that? His interpreter said, well, okay. So he goes over to the bandit. Says, oye, mano. Look, hand, in other words. Hey, guy. Ese hombre es el sheriff de Sierra Vista. He's the sheriff of Sierra Vista. Y él dice, he says, tú no traes el dinero para atrás. You don't give the money back. Él pone todos sus cestos ahí en el parelo allá. He's going to put all your brains on that wall. And this bandit, he ordered like, no, me espera un rato. In other words, God Almighty, wait a minute. So, wait. The bandit takes the interpreter kind of into his confidence, and he speaks a little lower. He says, mira, mano, yo pone el dinero en el Campo Santo. I put the money in the cemetery. Hay una piedra que dice Juan Perón. This stone said Juan Perón. Yo hacer un hoyo y pone el dinero adentro. I dug a hole, put the money in there. Y la tapa la cabrón. I put the top, I covered it up. This interpreter is watching him. He says, es verdad. Is that true? And so boy says, sí, es verdad. Sheriff's standing over there and he says, well, what did you say? His interpreter looks at him, he says, these men say he's not afraid to die. Let me get this guitar, we'll sing one song. Jeff, you got enough time to sing a song?
You bet.
I got a guitar back here, I think it's in tune. All right, can you get me there, guy?
Oh, yeah.
We'll wait till this guy gets back. Are we too high, too low? Are you hearing too much guitar? You all right? No. My dad told me many years ago, said if you're ever going to go on stage, don't ever follow a talking dog act. And I thought that was damn good advice. And then about 3 or 4 years ago, I heard a song about a talking dog, and I said, by God, I got to learn that song. And so here you go, song about talking dog. Let me get this thing right here. Fred was the dog I used to own. He used to answer the telephone. Every now and then take a truck into town for groceries. Fred and I got along real well at the checkerboard. Old Fred as hell, he never minded taking turns at doing the dishes. When Fred got about 3 years old, he started acting mighty bold. He's chasing after that beagle down across the highway. He is down there every day and night. I said, Fred, you know you're going to have to fight. He said, I done whooped everything between here and the railroad. Fred, you are a good dog, but the women got you running around crazy as a loon. Fred, you are a good dog, but you're chasing cars hanging around and barking at that moon. One night, old Fred come dragging in. He's looking bad, but he's sporting a grin. Said, morning. Just took a wife, and I want you to meet her. She didn't have very much to say. It's plain to see she is in a family way. And she said, Fred, you better hook on back and get my suitcase. Well, Fred never made it to the other side. Caught right in the middle of the road. He died, flattened by a trucker hauling dog food. Oh, Fred's gone, she's still here, just yapping at her kids and drinking my beer, and she don't drive the truck nor do the dishes. Fred, you were a good dog, but you never knew when to chase 'em or to turn around and run. Fred, you were a good dog. Now you're flat out in that freeway and you're drying in that sun. Old Fred's gone, I sure am glad, because if he is here, he'd sure be mad, because any one of them pups look anything like him. Fred, you were a good dog. Now you're flat out in that freeway and you're drying in that sun. Flat out in that freeway, drying in that sun. And I want to thank y'all very much. Appreciate it too much. You've been wonderful. Yeah, thank you, sir. Thank you.